Hello there, Julie and Lisa. Hope you're both very well and excited to collect your beautiful new Warwick XL. So it's just a quick handover video showing some of the key points, something that you may want to reflect back on if you ever forget anything. But again, your diesel's topped up here, AdBlue just there, into here. Here we've got some suspension assistance, so if you need to raise or lower any of the suspension, you've got the option to do so just there. Here, bonnet release. So again, under the hood, most of the stuff is going to be a retail service centre, but your main ones really are washer fluid, which is top left for your windscreen wipers. If you ever need to top up oil, that's just in there. The dipstick is located just below here. And then if you ever need to jump start for whatever reason, this point is your negative terminal and the positive terminal is just underneath there. The vehicle battery itself is located under the passenger's footwell, but again, if you do suffer vehicle battery failure, then effectively that's where you would top it up. Come into here, you've got your refillable LPG. So again, bayonet on, twist it, and that will fill it from wherever it's at, and you will basically just fill it to the top. You can't just top it up, so it's a fill till completely full. Now, if you're filling it from empty, it's going to be anywhere from around 15 to 20 pounds, so it's a relatively inexpensive thing to top up. But again, the display, once you turn the ignition and engine on, this is display, and it will gradually start to light up once you've got that engine on, just to show you how much gas you've got in that system. Here is how you adjust the height and lower the height of the seat. The front one does the front, like so, and the back one does the back. So you use your weight to just get them up and down. If you do travel into Europe with the refillable LPG, just remember you'll need to get a brass adapter for whichever country you're in. Costs a matter of pounds off any typical website. In here, this is your toilet cassette. So again, usual drill with this. Push up that and it releases out, and you can empty it in your designated spot. Electric hookup just here. To release, you push this down and pull it out, and then in here you've just got access to a 12 volt and TV aerial plug-in. Here you've got a fit-in for a aqua roll. Effectively, there's little 12 volt points as well as water, so if you wanted to get a pump plugged in and drop it in submersible water, more for if you're off grid, then you've got the option to do that as well. On the subject of water, you can fill your freshwater tank here, as well as a standard one on the other side, where you're just basically filling it with a hose pipe. So that will top up your freshwater tank. On the subject of water, you do have 3 drain-off points, mainly used for winterization to stop there being any potential frozen pipes. So you've basically got the freshwater drain-off valve, which is there, the blue one, which empties that fresh tank. The grey waste water release is the grey one on your right. So effectively that empties your fresh filled water tank. That empties wherever you've run the fresh water to. So if you've run any taps in the sinks or the shower, that will go into the wastewater tank. Your third and final drain off point is for your boiler, which is located on the inside, which is underneath this back rear bench. You lift the bottom cushion, you'll see a little white cap that you pop off, and there's a yellow lever that you twist, and that'll drain the boiler. Under there, they're just the boiler flue when you've got that on. Down here, you've got the detachable tow bar. There are rear sensors, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rear camera is located just under there. Coming round, just here, you've got your external gas barbecue point. And then here is the standard freshwater fill up. So again, lift this flap, open it with your hub key, and then fill up that with a hose pipe. There are your fridge appliance vents. This is your electric step, which is operated on the inside. And you've got a nice LED strip light just there, and a fuel Omnister wind out canopy. So once we're in, this button is for the electric step. Push once and it shuts, and then again, push it again, and it'll pop back out. You've got some light switches, adjustable preparation space. Obviously you've got your hob, which is all fully working perfectly fine. Obviously your tap, We'll demonstrate hot water when you come in. But that's running nice and warm. It's just about to get boiling. So if we're looking, we might just see a bit of steam coming off. See the steam coming off there, so you can see that we've got hot water and gas coming through the system. And I'm just going to shut this door so we've not got a lot of noise from outside. Your wind out canopy winder is just here, so T-bracket goes into the slot outside and that tops that up. Right, heating and hot water is done here. You've got your water heater and your heating. Nice and simple. You basically want gas or electric or both. So if you're off grid, you'll be using gas. If you've got access to electric hookup, you'll be using electric. If you want things hotter faster and you've got access to both, then you can use both at the same time. So use these icons. So for the water heater, just simply press this button and it scrolls through the options. So that one is just keeping it at like a nice warm frost protect if you just want to leave it so that the tanks are nice and warm. You've got this one. The squiggly lines are basically electric, so one is 1000 kilowatts and two is 2000 kilowatts. The more power you use, the hotter things get faster. The flame on its own, that is gas. And then you've got gas and electric 1000 kilowatts, gas and electric 2000 kilowatts. Just remembering that both sources of power make things hotter faster. Turn it to there and that is now off. So I'm just going to stick that back on an electric. Same applied for the heating. So use this button here. So I've got electric 2000 kilowatts. You do have an option for 3000 kilowatts on the heating system. You've got gas on its own, gas and electric too. 1000, 2000, 3000 kilowatts, that's electric when you're plugged in. Gas when you're not plugged in and haven't got access to electric. And then gas and electric. Nice and simple. This here is basically the thermostat, which is displayed here. So how hot you want it. All the way up to the top, that's your hottest setting, which is about 30 degrees. And then you're going down gradually to about somewhere between 5 and 10. You've got this crescent moon, which is like a night mode. So it'll keep nice warm air blowing at a low level noise. And then again, you can have it set on that little frosty icon, which will just keep everything at a nice temperature. So I'll stick this back up. Control panel, that is a touchscreen control panel. So press that and all the lights, all the power, everything shuts off. So if you're not using the camper van for a long time, that's your shut off point. Turn it off and away you go. You won't get any power drains. That's for your water pump. You need that on for water to come out the taps. That one is to show you water levels, fresh and waste. That one's to show you battery levels, leisure battery, vehicle battery. This is your current active leisure battery, so it's showing effectively what's being used. You've got your mains current coming in from the electric hookup, and then you've also got your solar. Pretty dark today, so it's not going to pull in that much solar, but you can see your battery levels just there. That's a cut-off point for all the lights on the inside. So if you want to still have access to power and everything being on, except your lights, press that one. That's for the outside light that we've already seen that's on. This one, you can switch what's powering the back end. Everything in the habitation area. So you can typically use leisure or vehicle. I would say just keep it on leisure, more for an emergency, that one typically. That cog brings you to settings, of which you can scroll through a number of options, but you do have tank heaters for the fresh and waste water tanks. So again, if you are traveling in the colder months and you want to keep them warm and stop from freezing when you've got water in them, you'd utilize them. And you can choose which one the solar is going to charge, leisure or vehicle, and you've got active battery select on smart. So that'll basically just automatically choose the leisure battery when you're plugged in. So you can plug it in and ask it to charge the vehicle battery as well. But again, nice and simple. On, off, water pump, lights and levels, heating and hot water, gas, electric or both. To the fridge, again, three-way fridge. To turn it on, you can push and hold this power button. To scroll through the power source, so you've got electric hookup, gas or vehicle battery, you press this button. So we're on electric hookup there, you can see there's a plug, vehicle battery or gas. It's self-igniting for the gas, so you'll hear it tick, tick, tick and ignite, and away you go. Now, there is auto, so it'll automatically select the best option. So we're plugged in, so it's going to always choose electric. If we unplugged it, it'd likely change to gas, and so on and so forth. Now, a vehicle battery will only ever maintain the temperature of the fridge. It won't get it cold from zero because there's not enough power in it. So the main premise for that is if you're going on a very long journey, you want to keep the stuff in the fridge cold. You get it cold before you travel, gas or electric, and then if you flick it to vehicle battery when the engine's on, that'll maintain the temperature of the fridge. And this basically just changes how cold you want it. 1 being the least coldest, 5 being the coldest. If I can get under here, I'll just show you that drain off point for the boiler. It took me a while to find this one, but it's just that yellow lever there. Twist it, and then that will drain the water below the motorhome what's in the boiler when you're winterising. So nice and easy to access. You're not getting on your hands and knees to find where that needs to be. But on the whole, that is pretty much everything. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Anything that you need, contact us. If you ever need to run through anything, just pop in and see us or give us a call. But I hope this video helps, and I hope you have plenty of fun trips in your motorhome. It's a lovely example, cracking layout. Last thing I'll show you actually is this. Again, if you pull it up from the back, leave it there. If you've ever got a phone that you want to use for sat-nav for whatever reason, you can use this. Very nifty. Some people struggle to get it open, but you do just pull in one motion from the back. Obviously your blinds, just be delicate with the blinds throughout the motorhomes. They can be, like I say, very delicate basically. But yeah, enjoy the motorhome, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.